Hello and welcome back. Today I'm going to take a look at some surprising and shocking things from the season so far, and while the season is just 3 weeks young, there's been time for some interesting storylines to be made. So let's start off with John Carlson being the leading point scorer in the NHL with 18 points. While it's not a big shock that he's producing, because after all, he's one of the best defensemen in the league in my opinion, him having 18 points in 10 games is just absurd. He's obviously an early favorite for the Norris Trophy, and I think it's safe to say he's not going to keep this production up, but it's been nice seeing him this good early on. And for my next surprise, it's James Neal's incredible goal scoring to start this season. Honestly, I thought he was done after his abysmal season in Calgary last year. He was getting old and his shooting percentage was in the ground. But when he was traded to the Oilers, I thought there could be a chance he would get his career back on track, at least somewhat. But he exploded, being a goal per game so far, with 9 goals in 9 games. Just unreal. He's always had his incredible shot, and that's been his main thing, and I'm not saying he's going to return to his 2012 form again, but Edmonton have already won this trade and he's obviously going to come back down to earth, but I wouldn't be surprised if he can manage 25 or even 30 goals this season. So, keep it up, James. And now for my biggest shock this season. Victor Mete scored a goal. Now I'm obviously joking, but he went 127 games before getting his first ever NHL goal last week against Minnesota, and it felt like that goal would never come. It was a pretty nice shot too, and you could tell how genuinely happy the whole team was for him, and it was great to see. So here's to many more, and congratulations Victor Mete. And for the two teams that surprised me the most this season, that's the Edmonton Oilers and Anaheim Ducks. And why the Oilers have Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl, which you would think makes you a perennial playoff team, the Oilers have failed to build an adequate team around them, resulting in poor years these last few seasons. I thought it would continue this year, but they've surprised me so far, currently leading the NHL in points, being the President's Trophy winner if the season ended now. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep it up, and I'm not saying they will win the President's Trophy, but if they can at least be in the playoff discussion come March and even April, then I think that will make many Edmonton fans happy, and it will make one certain Connor McDavid very happy, which I think is pretty key if you're going to succeed. And for the Anaheim Ducks, well, I thought they would be at rock bottom this year. Nothing except for John Gibson excites me about them if I'm going to be honest. But they're doing well, and it's thanks to the goaltending they have the second least goals against so far. John Gibson has proven that he's one of the best goalies in the NHL, and Ryan Miller has been pretty good too. Now we'll have to see if they can still be in playoff discussion come later this season, but if they are, and they even make the playoffs, that will be the biggest surprise of the season for me. And now for my last surprise, GM Benning's off-season's acquisitions are actually good. Now yes, it's early, but JT Miller has looked great. He's got the best possession numbers on the Canucks, and he's tied with Pettersson for points so far, with 8 and 8. He's been a great injection to their top 6, and I haven't seen a Canuck fan be disappointed with him. And for Tyler Myers, he's been pretty good too, and while I'm not the biggest fan of his contract, he's at least doing something, unlike earlier GM Benning signings, Lou Eriksson. Sorry. The Canucks seem to be done tanking and think they're good enough to want to win now. Whether they're good enough to win right now, that can be discussed. But these two acquisitions of JT Miller and Tyler Myers have been great, and hopefully for Jim Benning and the Canucks, they keep it up. So those are my biggest surprises and stories that have caught my eye so far. Let me know what you think your biggest surprises are in the comments below. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.